ho, all you Shadowrun lovers out there. It's so easy back once again for some more lore. I am joined this evening once again with my intrepid co-host, Austin. Austin, how are you?
Feeling ready and intrepid to the appropriate degree, whatever that may be.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I just want to apologize a little bit ahead of time. I know it's been a while since we put out another one. There's been some scheduling conflicts and some power outages and some back and forths. But it's getting close to the end of summer again, and we're getting back into the swing of things. So expect this to get back on track to being its regularly scheduled broadcast as per usual.
Heck yeah.
At least I hope. That's what we want.
That's what we tell the people. So you know what? It's got to be true.
It's yeah, if you heard it here first. Well, tonight we are going to be talking more about cyberware in the sixth world. Remember last time we did the lovely, what was it? Headwear stuff?
Yeah, headwear.
Yeah. This time we're going to still keep in the head, and we skipped over it last time. We said we'd bring it back. We're going to talk cyber eyes and all the nifty, awesome replacements that you can look into to replace your vision with. How excited are you?
That are definitely worth it, and there's not going to be anything horrible or wrong that could possibly go wrong with deciding to replace your eyeballs.
Yeah, other than, a angry Decker or Technomancer that just decides to turn them off for you.
No, no, easy. We said nothing bad.
We said that,
We said
but
nothing bad.
unfortunately, especially when the wireless matrix starts, oh boy, oh boy, those new cyberware implants that you get, you better have some pretty good protection running, or else an angry Decker or an upset Technomancer could just ruin your day.
Not that we'd ever think that that would be a problem.
No, of course not. Of course not. And you know what? We'll start simple.
Mm.
If you're in the sixth world and you're looking to replace your eyes, you could just get a cosmetic replacement or, a regular cyber eye replacement.
Hmm.
And these are unique in that you can have them look like whatever you want.
Ooh.
You could just have chrome orbs in your head if you really wanted to.
I don't know any character that would ever choose to have that option. That's
Hmm.
that's crazy.
Never. I've never seen that in an anime before.
I don't know. That person's player would probably be a weirdo or something.
Yeah, some weird player would do that. That's crazy talk. But then, you have the whole gambit. You could have snake eyes, cat eyes, regular eyes, any eye color under the sun that you could think of. You could even have shifting eye color to where you change your eye color daily on whatever
Mm.
your mood is. You could have mood eyes.
Mood eyes. All right. Bring it back.
Who doesn't want mood eyes? I want people to look at me and know how I'm feeling while they're talking to me. Could you just see the red, like,
Well, maybe not
growing in
everybody.
intensity?
Yeah, that could backfire in some social situations, so maybe not everybody needs to look you in the eye.
That would be weird. You're at your performance review and your eyes progressively get darker and redder in color as it goes on. Wonder what my mood's reflecting.
I'm pretty sure there's a Visine for that.
I'm pretty sure there is. For dry eyes. If you want, you can also get just a single eye replacement. You don't have to replace both your eyes, although that might get a little weird.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Being able to have like one eye super functionality and then the other eye's just like, and this guy's here. He's hanging out.
And this is my regular eye. I decided to keep it around, just for nostalgia's sake.
Yeah, that's Larry.
I named it.
Yeah.
What
He's
about it?
chill. Yeah, he's chill.
Well, especially if you just get one eye and you just put a bunch of wear in it, like you get one cyber eye and then you make it a camera. I assume winking maybe is what
I
causes
was
it to
I
take
was just gonna
pictures.
say, when you wink, does it make a shutter noise now going forward?
It has camera eye. It even looks like the lens, you know. I would assume it'd be like the iris is the
Yeah,
camera lens.
but could you get so technologically advanced that you could have, say, an iPhone if you were so inclined to? To be fair, that's a
To be
Futurama
fair,
joke and not mine. So I
I
will give credit
understand.
where credit is due.
Thank you. Thank you for that. No, but you could always put a dart um that fires out of your eye.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, whenever you get captured, and your hands are bound, you're
Yeah.
stuck to the chair, you wait for the guy to get close to your face, and then you fire a dart out of your eye.
And then you go attack eye. Ah! They won't know what to do. Who has a response for that? Like, let's be real. Come on. If you hit somebody with the eye dart,
It just sucked because then you're blind in that eye.
well, yeah, but at least you'll have taken care of allegedly said person. Could you imagine if you had eye dart, but then you missed? Oh man.
Ooh, ooh. See, that's why you save it for those times when your assailant is very close to you.
Yes, yes.
So they're like right up in your face. You can't miss.
Close enough that you could say see the whites of their eyes by chance?
Yes, don't fire till you can see the whites of their eyes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, unless they have cyber eyes and then their whites are chrome
What if
or
they also have a dart eye though?
oh,
Then you're in a standoff.
dart to dart action.
We each got one.
I feel like here is where we put in the it's Nerf or nothing.
Crossfire.
You'll get caught up in
Uh,
oh boy, but you'll have one shot, so
the old Eminem
mm.
effect.
You can get something boring in your head like a display link, if you ever wanted to read text messages in your field of vision.
I mean, if you're like a corpo drone,
Yeah, you get those email notifications or those
yeah,
alerts.
yeah, you're
Mm.
you're you're on your your union mandated bathroom break, and
Hmm.
you get a notification noise as your eye suddenly goes, I hope this email finds you well.
uh, this is a company-wide email. We're cutting bathroom breaks down to 5 minutes.
And you are 3 minutes over. This will be docked from your pay.
Haha.
Thank you for being a loyal wage slave to Ares.
mm. You can also get a tool laser.
Ooh, okay. Uh-huh, I'm listening.
So it's a it is exactly what you think. It'll cut through thin objects. Uses low power. It requires a lot of power, but you can cut through thin objects. So I guess a padlock
I was
or
like, tape but not rope, huh? Tape but not rope.
tape but not rope. Uh, part of a steel bar, but maybe not the whole thing.
Just enough that you can really wiggle it a little,
Mm-hmm. You can get flashlights in your eyes as well. It's a light system.
I was kind of hoping that the laser eye would be more like a Kano eye and less like a
Oh,
useless laser pointer, but
mm,
I guess that's what the
yeah.
dart's for still.
Well, laser weapons in general in the sixth world are a little wonky.
As they should be. Like, let's be fair.
They can be pretty powerful, but if you're in a heavy fog, I don't recommend using it.
Ah, I see. Does it have any type of like overcharge system like plasma and 40K?
Uh, you know what? Let me look really quick. Hang on. Let's take a look at some of the since we're going down this road right now. This is
I know that
the
this has nothing to
tangent.
do, I know this has nothing to do with eyes, but we're already here. So, I figured.
We're already here. We're in the sixth world. The laser weapons are highly concentrated beams of light to burn into and damage a target. The beams have extremely long range and cause no recoil. Ballistic armor does not protect against laser weapons. And impact armor is only half as effective.
So it's like a really concentrated heat gun.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Laser beams lose their focus and deliver less damage over longer distances. So you lose. So if they're really far away, you're not doing too much damage to them.
Right.
All laser weapons are somewhat ineffective in smoke or fog-filled areas.
Is it just like a light refraction thing? Is that what the reason is for that, or?
I assume so.
Okay.
Basically, they say they lower the power of the weapon for game rules.
Yeah.
It lowers the power of the weapon every 2 meters of smoke or fog the beam passes through.
I see.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. Now, what is the energy source on a laser weapon? Like, is it use like a battery pack or?
Yes, it does. It requires a significant amount of power, but it has a portable laser peak charge delivery battery pack that can be recharged.
Okay. So now, if I was to say install one of those battery packs in my head
Mm-hmm.
and then attach it to my eye laser, could I, in effect, increase the output to make it to where it could cut through rope and possibly people?
Possibly.
Uh-huh.
I still wouldn't imagine that you'd be powerful enough to do damages more than, say, a heavy pistol.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say like a mild skin irritation. Like you give
Oh,
them
no, no,
you
no,
give them
no.
like a light sunburn, you know.
Light sun. There you go.
I had to make I got the guards to leave by forcing them to go get some aloe.
Well, hey, if you get an Ares MP Laser 3,
Mm.
uh-huh, these have a hip-mounted battery pack.
Ooh, okay.
The
There you
the
go.
battery pack provides enough juice for 20 shots and recharges at a rate of 1 shot per hour.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. What was the name of the gun again?
The
Ares.
Ares MP Laser 3.
See, I was hoping that you were gonna say that it was just a laser gun, but you could also put your favorite songs on it to have on the go available.
Sorry. It doesn't play music while you're shooting your laser ores.
But it's an MP Laser 3.
I
That
know.
would be like if you ripped your Laserdisc audio onto a into a digital format.
Assuming MP in this instance means man portable,
Ah, I
as
see.
it's not
And
mounted on a vehicle or anything
it
like that.
and it would be Laser 3 because you get 3 shots of it before it recharge, before you need to recharge it.
Before you need to recharge or your
Yeah.
money back.
Or your guarantee.
Guarantee. There's also a pistol version, also brought to you by Ares, called the Red Line.
Aren't they always brought to us by Ares?
They are indeed always brought to us by Ares.
All right, now back to eyes.
Now
What we were
back to
here for.
eyes.
What we were here for.
What we were originally here for.
Mhm.
Back to those eyes. After that lovely tool laser. Technically, if you don't want to mess with a laser in your eye socket, how about a one-shot gun?
So, okay. Are we talking like 9 mil caliber here, or are we talking like Derringer
No,
caliber?
we're talking about Derringer caliber.
Okay, because my thought was you get a shot,
Uh-huh.
but you also run the risk of snapping your own neck due to the kickback of shooting a gun located out of your head. You know, like I don't know if the risk reward would be worth it on that one.
No, you're firing a Derringer out of your eye socket.
Gotta be honest, I think I'd rather go with the dart.
You'd rather take your chances with the dart?
Well, if you think about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a dart, it's probably like a pneumatic system that it's using to launch the dart out with.
Mm-hmm.
A lot less can go wrong with that than whatever type of gunpowder firing mechanism you're going to need to have an eye gun, regardless of the caliber of shot that you're shooting.
Uh-huh.
That's still a risky amount of hardware to have in your eye socket at any time.
You don't trust
Also,
the eye gun? Come on.
also, how do you explain that trying to go through TSA? I mean, come on.
Oh, well, I mean, a lot of the cyberware scanners that you would have to pass through would probably detect it, and then you're not allowed in the building anymore.
That's what I'm saying. Eye dart, you just take the dart out.
Yeah, yeah.
They could check for that. What are you gonna look at? Just look in the barrel. You look. There's no bullet. What are you? Why don't you trust me? Hey, who are those guys? Where are we going?
Where are we going? Why are we going in this room that doesn't have windows?
Also, I would like to loop back to one of the ones that you said before we got sidetracked by lasers, because lasers are cool.
Yeah, lasers are cool. Okay.
Flashlight eyes actually seem like the most practical and useful things that we have discussed so far.
Flashlight eyes. Yeah, it's called the light system for your cyber eyes.
Dude, not having to grab your phone every time that you want to look for something that you accidentally dropped on your carpeted floor,
Mhm.
godsend. Also, if you happen to be, up against a big meanie and he doesn't have flare compensators on his eyeballs, bro,
Mhm.
that's freebie right there.
There you go. Yeah,
You just get in close to him and you go sha. You hit him with that light flash, dude. That's a
Blah,
that's
blah. You just start.
That's a free flashbang localized right there.
You just start blinking rapidly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the rave.
I was gonna say, easy. Can I do a med tech check to see if I can tell whether or not my opponent has epilepsy?
See, that's what you would have to check for first, the telltale signs. With the EyeLight system, it mounts high-powered, low-heat lights in the cyber eye that channel a tight, polarized beam outward along a path parallel to the optical center of the eye.
See, that's also cool because then your light literally is just tied to the vision of where you're going to be looking anyway to see it. Now, here's my question.
Okay.
If the beam is coming out of the center point of your eye, which would arguably be your retina, how do you see?
Well, that's why it said it's parallel. It's parallel path to the optical center of the eye, so it's just off center of your eye.
So it would be like an above, a below, and then it's focal pointing into where the center would be.
Yes.
So it's not obscuring your vision.
Yes. The tight beam and polarization minimize the beam's scatter, so the light can't be seen unless the user is staring directly at another person.
Okay, cool. So it's also like a disperser, so
yes.
People don't just see the beams of light coming out of your eyes.
Correct.
I was gonna say if it was self-blinding, then it would almost it would almost be funnier for combat to just go, now you're blind, and so am I.
And now we swing wildly in the air.
Flail to victory, as is often the case.
There is a bright light accessory for the EyeLight system.
Oh, you can make them brighter?
Yes, it is a powerful flash system, similar in effect to the standard flash pack.
Okay, so there's your flashbang add-on. That's how that.
But with an even stronger punch.
I was imagining that it would just be the normal light eyes, but then you would have like a metal bar rack that would come off your ears and over the top of your head and have like 4 additional lights on it, like the dudes that do the big light rigs on their trucks.
So many LEDs.
Just so many lights, dude.
So many.
You drive in the city, why do you need those? I'm sorry, I have an issue with
I have a slight pet peeve, bear with me.
I'm working through some stuff, okay?
So the bright light system with the super flash bulbs creates a flash bright enough to overload optic nerves, blinding and stunning your opponent. The super flash is visible for up to 3 kilometers if line of sight is not blocked.
For anybody else wondering, like myself, that is. Are you? Wait, hang on. That can't be right.
It says 3 kilometers.
There's no way. That's 9,800 freedom units. That's a
I-
that's a 10,000 foot flashbang. What?
I will
That's
read it again. The super flash is visible for up to 3 kilo. Oh, I'm sorry. Kilometers.
yellow meter. Jesus.
Meters,
How
not kilometers.
how far away is the? Oh, 3 meters. Oh, okay. Okay. Hang on. Okay, hang on. That makes okay, that's 10 feet. That's way more that's way more understandable. I was like, could you imagine if like Zero would have had that? And he's like, how far away is the target? 2 miles?
No problem.
Flashbang.
Boom. Call it a day. Everybody just loads them up. You guys just walk around the city, just
Yeah.
pow, pow, pow,
Why
pow.
would you why would everybody not have that if that was the case? Like you have a free built-in 10,000 foot flashbang in your head. That would be amazing.
Fantastic.
Oh man. Okay, three
Ugh.
meters, a lot more understandable. That makes sense.
Um. Oh God, yeah, way more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Then of course to fight back against that, there is the
Mm-hmm.
flare compensation for your eyes,
Yes, I am familiar.
where they will auto dim so that you don't get affected by the flashbang.
They will. It is very helpful when you yourself are someone who say wants to use flashbangs.
I hear it's a good idea.
The only thing you have to worry about then is the tinnitus. But you know, that's tomorrow's problem. You know,
That
that's
is
tomorrow's
tomorrow's
runner's
problem.
problem.
So before the wireless matrix
Mm-hmm.
and the good old you need a data jack to
Mm-hmm.
connect, if you wanted to be a weirdo, you could get a data jack in your eye.
Ooh, okay.
Direct brain interface right there.
I mean, I feel like that would be something that would probably be attributed to like Beetle users, right? Like,
I mean, you just flip your eye cyber eye cover up, or it like slides out of the way somehow, and then you just shove your data jack into it, and there you go.
see, now does the data jack port have to be the entirety of the eye? Because my question would be, could you do like the back of your cyber eye is a data jack port, and then you would just have to like rotate your cyber eye back, and you could use it that way? Because I feel like that would be more understandable. But if you just have to have an entire eye socket dedicated to being a USB-A slot, that's not worth it.
So the eye data jack is
Mm,
a data port located behind the iris of the cyber eye.
okay.
When slight pressure is applied to the corner of the eye, it pops open to reveal a standard data jack.
It's just like a little hatch, just like beep,
Just a little hatch.
makes a little creak noise. Oh, I need a little double WD-40 on the old cyber eye. You know,
The hinge
it's an
is a
older
little
model, but it
rusty.
still works.
I guess the benefit is the data jack is practically invisible to a visual scan when not in use.
Yeah, that was gonna be my question, is like what's the actual benefit of cyber eye data jack?
Is
Because
you wouldn't have an obvious data jack on your person. Like
okay.
normally it's the hookup like right behind your ear, right? But in this case,
Right.
you could conceal it behind a cyber eye that creaky door opens.
That creaky door opens, yeah. Look into my spooky eye.
Gross. Gross.
I hate it.
It's terrible. Um, Oh, okay. So yeah, if you really wanted to,
Uh-huh.
you could get a high power laser in your eye.
Ooh, okay, I'm listening.
Mm-hmm. Could have a high power laser in your eye, although you temporarily go blind after using it.
Well, there's got to be a downside, right? You know, that's
Of course. There's a basic eye laser system.
a basic eye laser system. Okay.
Yeah, you could get laser designators,
Uh-huh.
right, to mark targets with a reflected laser light so that a weapon with an appropriate tracker seeker head can home in on the reflected light.
Oh, so you could use it like a laser targeting system.
Yes, you could do
Okay.
that. The eye lasers can only be used with cyber eyes. The system can be used to temporarily blind someone with whom the user is in eye contact.
Right.
So
Okay.
they have to be looking at you.
Right.
Yeah,
And then you're basically laser pointering them directly in the eyeball, which
that's correct.
should blind them. Yeah, that's how that works.
From your own eyeball.
Yes, yes. The
Yes.
laser pointer is your eye. Yes.
Yes, yes. The laser pointer is in fact your eye. And that also works with laser microphones. Your cyber eye
Mm,
can be a laser microphone.
okay. Interesting. So could you use it to like throw your voice then at that point?
No, it's not to throw your voice, it's to record. Like instead of a boom mic or something like that, you're using a
Uh,
tight wave beam to
gotcha.
get sound.
Infrared recording, as it were.
Yes.
Gotcha.
There's also the Optiscan iLink and the Optiscan receiver.
Hmm.
So you can communicate with eye lasers.
Ooh, okay. I like it.
But obviously everybody has to have the receiver and the link.
Hmm.
Otherwise it's not going to work.
Wait, quick question. What's the power source on the eye laser?
They're small batteries.
Oh, okay, like a watch battery?
They're supposed to be a little more sophisticated. If you use a low power, it'll last for longer. If you use a high power, it uses more
Stronger.
juice. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Stronger, shorter. Yeah.
yes, but longer range.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So that's the trade-off that you're getting.
That would be kind of cool to have a character that uses like a Stinger missile, like a demolitionist with like a Stinger missile launcher that could just sight target the things that he wants it to be able to hit. That would be kind of
Mm-hmm.
cool. That would be kind of cool.
It would be different, definitely.
It does make me think of the end of Triple X though, where he uses a heat seeker rocket launcher to kill the dude that's smoking a cigarette.
Fucking yeah,
Because
yeah, that
yeah,
mm.
it's great. Listen, you have to suspension of disbelief that entire movie, easy. Let's not talk semantics about the heat seeker cigarette kill, okay?
After he what throws two grenades behind him,
Yep.
then snowboards down the mountain as he causes an avalanche with the grenades.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I almost forgot that part.
And
Almost.
and escapes from the drug-fueled prison camp by doing a Superman on a dirt bike over a barbed wire fence. Yeah. Dude, listen.
Oh,
Everything
that
in that movie is
that
factually
movie.
accurate.
Factually, this all really happened, you guys. Okay,
Oh, I love Triple X. I can watch that movie anytime. It's so good.
Diner finalists right here.
Right? My aunt worked at a diner for 30 years. There's no way you wear heels like that.
uh,
So good, man. I love that movie. All right, anyway, sorry.
the most believable part was the beginning where he steals the sports car of the senator.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Sorry, everybody. This is a tangent. I know we're supposed to talk about eyes, but instead we're talking about Triple X.
Listen, don't be a dick.
You don't be a dick, Dick. Come on. Video games the only education we got.
Come on. Triple X is awesome. How could you not How you this is how an entire generation, that movie is how an entire generation fell in love with Vin Diesel. And it is a love affair that is still existing to this day because I love Vin Diesel. What a guy. What a guy.
What a guy.
He's the best.
Fantastic. I mean, stepping back into the cyber eyes once again, if you really wanted to as well, you could have your eyes, your cyber eyes, equipped with the same low light vision that elves and orcs have, or the thermographic vision that trolls get. You want thermo eyes?
That would be pretty cool. And again, also helpful because as playing a character who has had thermal vision eyes, they come in handy.
They do. They do come in handy. You could also get microscopic vision for your cyber eyes. So you have built-in microscope. Hey, Chummers, just taking a quick moment to say if you are enjoying what you hear, consider coming over to our Discord, where you can hang out with us and other like-minded Shadowrun enthusiasts. The link is in the description. While you're at it, check out our Patreon over at patreon.com/critical_hits. You get early access to episodes of Sinless. You get to vote on upcoming art that you want to see in the shows. And you also get full access to Worm Talks, just to name a few things. It's only $5, and that gets you in and helps us keep the lights on and making the content that you enjoy. And now back to the show. You know, for if you wanted to be a jeweler or work on circuit boards.
Instead of having to have one of those big magnifiers, you can
Mhm.
just have it built in. I don't know. The big magnifier is kind of cool though, man. You always take it out of the little pocket, the little breast pocket. When they're telescopic, you know that guy's a professional.
Clearly.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be practical as well, you could have your cyber eye fitted with a retinal clock. So it'll always display the date and time. It can do countdowns, and it's also can be used as a stopwatch. I'm not sure how you start and stop the stopwatch when it's in a cyber eye. I
Easy.
assume it's blinking.
Easy. You blink. Come on. How do you trigger the cyber eye functionality? The answer to every one of those questions is you blink. How do you turn on your eye laser, Easy?
Exactly. My question becomes is when you blink, does it do everything? So you blink, it turns on your eye lasers, starts your stopwatch, and fires your flashbangs.
Yes.
That is
we call it the grand finale. Listen,
when you're on a nervous date, you're gonna have a bad time.
Realistically, you should only be blinking when you have to activate it because it's not like you need to re-moisten your cyber eye.
I don't know if you've got a data check behind it. You might need to.
Well, that's how you stop it from being creaky, obviously.
Obviously.
Yeah, how do you stop the creak? Well, you keep it moist.
But
if the hinge, as long as the hinge is slightly damp, it will function as intended. Easy.
Yes. You could also get retinal duplication for your eyes. You know, when you have to beat those retinal scanners, pesky retinal scanners.
Now, would this just be to beat a retinal scanner, or could you also like implant another retinal signature onto yours and then use it to bypass a retinal scanner? Like, could you like copy the eye of somebody in order to use their eye print to open a locked door that would be behind a retinal scanner?
Let's take a look.
I come here for the deep questions, Easy.
These are the deep questions. Everybody wants to know.
So while you're looking that up, let's go back to XXX. So
this is what we're gonna do. This is what it comes back to every time.
We got to fill the dead air somehow, Easy. So you know what? This is what we're here for.
So the duplication works, duplication of another person's retinal pattern, either permanently in
There
a
you go.
retinal modification or as a stored pattern in a cyber eye.
Gotcha. So you can either get a fake eye that is permanently another eye signature,
Hmm.
or you can get a cyber one that will let you copy and scan basically eye signatures
Hmm.
temporarily.
Yes.
Cool. Okay.
It
Checks
is
out.
also noted that it is a capital crime.
Well, that makes sense.
As if it wasn't, I was just gonna be upset.
Yeah, like that's kind of just one of those things where you're like, it probably should be.
It probably should be. You want a strange one though?
Mm.
Have you ever wanted to see in ultrasound?
Ooh, intriguing. What exactly would be the benefit of that?
So, ultrasound vision has three components: an emitter, a receiver, and a processor. The emitter device installed in one eye sends out continuous ultrasonic pulses, sweeping forward from side to side. The receiver installed in the other eye, creating a necessary angle of deflection, receives the echoes of the pulses and converts them to electrical signals, which are fed to the processor. The processor, also built into the eyes, builds a topographical image from these signals showing depth, forms, and texture as depicted by the echoes.
So it's echolocation.
Yes.
Okay.
Or Daredevil sight.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, hang on. Wait, hang on. I'm back in.
Okay, okay.
So does that infer that when you get the operation in order to have those implanted,
Hmm.
that at the same time that that operation is being performed, you are also somewhere in the sixth world creating Ninja Turtles? That's my question.
I am so confused by how that goes.
Oh, okay.
Please
So,
walk me through it.
okay. So in the original Mirage comic book of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Uh-huh.
issue number 1,
Issue one. Okay.
the T what is it, what's the company, TRIC or TNI, whatever,
Hmm.
the mutagen canister that creates the mutation on the turtles in order to create the Ninja Turtles is inferred to also be the chemical spill that is the origin of Daredevil.
Oh, really?
Because in the panel where the accident happens and the mutagen is spilled,
Uh-huh.
there is background chatter of somebody talking about how a small boy has been splashed in the eyes with mutagen. Because
Well,
Eastman and
geez.
Laird love Daredevil, and it was around the era of the Frank Miller run, which was when Daredevil really picked back up again. So it is inferred that the origin of Daredevil is also the origin of the Ninja Turtles
So
via the comic universe.
does that also infer that technically Daredevil should have been called Batman all along?
That's a see, that's a good
Hmm.
point. That's a valid point.
Mm-hmm.
Batman
Mm-hmm.
has no bat-like qualities to him to speak of.
Although he
So,
is a daredevil with
oh,
the
hang
antics
on
that he
now.
does,
Ooh, hang
from
on now.
jumping from buildings using experimental tech that no one else has to glide through the air in the tall cityscape that is Gotham.
These are all incredibly valid points.
But did we just confuse the names? Was there an intern somewhere
You know,
that
if DC Comics weren't a bunch of cowards who only knew how to name their characters with man and woman at the end as a subtext for their characterization, I think that we could have had a better thing. Because, like, you can't call Batman Dare Man because then people will just think that he's anti-drugs and that's it. And you can't call him Devil Man because that's already a manga character and, you're gonna get sued.
to be fair though,
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
isn't Batman already a little bit of dare man? He doesn't want you to do drugs.
Batman is disappointed in you when you do drugs. That is true. That is
Not only is
factually
he
accurate.
disappointed in you, he may beat you up.
He may beat you up afterwards too. Man, what a high. I was just trying to smoke crack and then Batman showed up and punched me in the face.
Told me not to do drugs.
He said, "Stop smoking crack." I don't know what to do. My face hurts, so I'm gonna do more crack. Oh no, it's Batman.
It's a vicious cycle in Gotham. Wow.
But to your original point, I do think that switching those characters' names would actually make a lot more contextual sense.
Yes, that is my whole point. Is that their names should indeed be switched. So my next question is, you can obviously have Cyber Eyes and load them up with a bunch of different modifications, right?
Yes.
So what if you have Cyber Eyes that have low light, thermographic, and ultrasound? How do you
Well,
how do you see? Do you blink to flip through your options?
well, as a character who would like to take who as a player who's played a character who's taking a page out of Meatloaf's book here to say 2 out of 3 ain't bad. I had both low light and thermographic vision, and I saw just fine. Yeah, it is interesting that there's no like explanation for how the trigger system of the ocular implants is actually supposed to work, because whenever we would do it in game, it would always just be us going, I would like to now use my thermographic vision to scan the area real quick.
Right.
But there's no descriptor of how you're doing that. It's just, I want to do this thing. Okay, now I've done this thing. All right, cool. And in a game that is as mechanically explained and dense as Shadowrun, it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
weird that that is a, if you will, oversight.
Oh, I see what you did there with the highbrow humor.
Oh,
Wow,
we
that's
got to bring a little class back to this podcast. All right, it's been a while, easy. We got to give the people what they want.
with how far we've gone on some of our tangents before. I feel that the highbrow humor is entirely lost upon us. I'm gonna say, right, that with how sophisticated the cyber eyes are supposed to work, and that we're also technically dealing with nanotechnology to adhere to the nerves,
Uh-huh.
right, to cause the connections.
Right.
I would think
Hmm.
that you just think about what you want to be seeing in, and that's how it
Right.
changes.
Yeah, it would just kind of be like a neural transmission to activate the function
Mm-hmm,
of
mm-hmm.
the tech. Yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm down with that explanation. Either that or you blink. Either way, DMs that are listening, let us know which
Let
option
us
you're going to
know.
go with in your
Please,
games.
please tell us.
Because if that's the case, I really want to have a game where a runner gets captured and the people capturing him know that they have ocular implants, and so
Mm-hmm.
they have to duct tape his eyelids open in order to prevent him from activating his eye ability, his eye cyberware tech.
Good to know, when you have your cyber replacement of normal eyes, they offer
Uh-huh.
20/20 vision.
Oh, well, that's good. I that you know what?
Oh, that's standard. 20/20 vision is standard.
Yeah, you should get like 30/30 vision if you have cyber. You should be able to see in the fourth dimension if you have cyber eyes.
See in the I see 4D, you
Yeah.
guys. Uh,
How are you feeling after the procedure? I taste color.
they say a replacement almost always involves both eyes because mismatched pairs will send imbalanced signals to the brain.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense because it kind of feels like you wouldn't want to have two different type of input signaling coming from your eyes into your brain cavity. That seems like
Mm-hmm.
a bad time.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
that makes
they
sense.
they say that outwardly the implants may be indistinguishable from biological eyes, like we were talking about, or
Right.
they may be outlandish, ranging from neon irises, complete
Right.
with gold letter manufacturer logo,
Ooh,
to the high chrome featureless style.
get some Dolce and Gabbana cyber eyes going on.
I need my Louis Vuitton eyes, please.
Yeah, they're really they're big this season.
They're big. They just have red eyeballs. That's it. They're just like red marbles in your head.
With the gold LV just in
Mm-hmm.
the where
Yep. Where your
your
irises
retina
would
should,
be.
yeah, where your retina should be. It's
Oh my
just a
God.
Louis Vuitton logo.
Think of some of the outlandish design options that there would be.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You wouldn't even have to get like, contact like cosmetic contacts at
No.
all anymore, ever. That
Yeah.
industry is dead now.
Yeah. You know what you would have though?
Hmm.
Brand recognition.
Big facts. Yeah, if I could get some Supreme cyber eyes in order to make sure that I've got the drip, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. That's all you need.
Yeah.
I I will say I do think that one of the places that cosmetic cyber eyes I think would actually be the most useful is if you're a cosplayer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
Because at that point you have literally any eye type that you could possibly want
Mm-hmm.
available
Yeah, it would work for anything that you're working on.
without having to worry about your milky lenses rolling backwards. Yeah.
As a person that wears contacts, I
Uh-huh.
will say that when it gets trapped behind your eyelid or rolls up into the corner of your eye, it is
Hmm.
very discomforting. If you don't want cyber eyes, you can get retinal modifications.
So would that
The
just be like
it's
corrective?
it's just for the appearance conscious.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so it's not a full cyber modification. It's just a retinal modification. So instead of replacing your natural meat eyes, if you're
Mhm.
really fond of cats, you can have your irises made into cats
Or reptiles.
or reptiles. I don't discriminate, you know.
Yeah.
You know what? You could
Uh,
probably even get the cosmetic surgery to have your eyelids blink sideways. So lizard people, you can finally walk freely among us.
no longer will they have to live in the shadows.
They will finally be able to claw their ways up from the sewers. All they'll need to do is make sure they keep themselves lotioned appropriately so as to not show the scaly skin.
Absolutely. I will say I do think that the advent of cosmetic eye tech would really uh would really bring up both the furry and scaly communities in being able to finally live their
Oh my
dreams.
God, it would definitely lift them up.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm gonna make this
Let's go.
entirely worse.
We're already here.
The communities would further lift themselves up with a lovely piece of body modification that they can get done, and that is adding on a cyber tail.
Oh yeah, and ears. I assume you could probably cosmetic get some cosmetic cat ears as well if you wanted.
Yeah, I suppose you could. I don't know. I mean, you can get elf ears, so yeah, why not? Why not? Why not dog ears or rabbit ear? I just don't know if they would replace on the side of your head, you know, where your natural ears are.
Well, so
Because
my
putting
thought
them
was
on
that
your head like rabbit ears or cat ears, they're supposed to be up on your head.
yeah.
That's a whole lot of extra surgery to move the ear canals
Yeah,
and
see, my thought is
everything.
that these would be purely cosmetic implants. I don't think that
Oh yeah, yeah.
these would be functional.
Well, there's plenty of cosmetic implants and
Yeah,
crazy stuff that you can get done to yourself in the sixth world. Like, do you want feathers? You could get feathers.
why wouldn't you? It makes you more aerodynamic when you run.
I mean, replace your hair with feathers. There you go. Right? That's what the people want. Oh, this just so much to modify your body with in the sixth world. It starts to get ridiculous.
Yeah. You would never have to get a haircut again, though. You just have to wait to molt.
Yeah, you would wait for your molting period.
Yeah. So think of all the money you'd save over the course of your life, never having to get a haircut again.
Mm. Just what you needed, right?
Just what everybody was looking for.
It's what I wanted, okay?
The upgrade everybody was clamoring.
Yes. But yes, so both as you said, both the furry and other anthro communities would have the opportunity to grow in viability, or I don't know if they'd be more popular. That's a whole rabbit hole that I'm not sure I want to go down. You know,
True, true.
but that covers it for eyes. There's not a whole lot, but there's enough. You know, that you can really make them interesting. With everything that we've got over, Austin, would you get Cyber Eyes?
I don't know. So the thing with Cyber Eyes is that Cyber Eyes are very cool as like situational cosmetics and upgrades because just from like a everyday practicality standpoint, there aren't a lot of them that I feel like would be super worth it, I guess.
Okay.
So like depending on what your job is, I think that there are some that would be cool to have, but just from a everyday run-of-the-mill wage slave office worker standpoint, I don't know that there are that many of them that would really be helpful outside of if you just wanted to go the cosmetics route, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Well,
I,
what
I
if
will
it
say
was a
again,
requirement? What if it was a requirement for being a wage slave in a corporation that you get Cyber Eyes so they could have the display link specifically installed in your eyes so you never miss an email or update or team meeting request ever again?
yeah, and that way the corpo decker can also see that what you're doing at all times at any given moment by hacking into your ocular
It's,
implant.
you know,
Yeah, hey,
yeah,
it comes with the
yeah,
territory,
something
yeah,
something you got to deal with.
yeah,
Okay.
it could happen. Um, I mean, in that case scenario, then obviously, yeah, like like we said, it comes with the territory, so you don't really get a lot of say in the matter on that one. I will say now, all of that put out there,
Uh-huh.
ocular flashlights do still seem like the most useful. Not even necessarily the 10,000 foot flashbang. I
Uh-huh.
just mean the standard, always having a flashlight on you for any given situation.
Yeah.
That is just kind of nifty.
Yeah, that is kind of nifty. Yeah.
So that I think that would probably be the route I would go were I to just take one for funsies.
So as someone that has to wear corrective eyewear because I
Hmm.
have I have shitty eyes, I would probably get them replaced just to have normal vision. You know,
Understandable. Yeah.
I mean, if I had the option for low light, yeah, I would probably put low light vision into my eyes
Yeah.
and then do like a cosmetic thing of I could
Hmm.
change my eye color every day if I wanted to, something like
Hmm.
that.
True, true. Because at that point, you're already going to get them anyway. You might as well get the cosmetic package.
Right. If you're gonna have them, at
Yeah.
least have some fun with it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then again, my like I mentioned earlier when we started this whole thing, the major downside that I have with them is the possibility of them being hacked.
Right.
So either someone sees what you're seeing all the time and could potentially record it or record you doing whatever you do in your spare time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Being having the potentiality of literally somebody watching you through your own vision at any given time and you have no idea that it's happening is kind of a terrifying concept to me. So I think that that's probably why I'm more hesitant about the
Uh-huh.
Cyber Eye situation in general is I don't like that. I don't like that
Well,
prospect.
here's another one to take into consideration too. If you're famous and your cyber eyes get hacked,
Uh-huh.
and then someone just puts the link out, so
Yeah.
anybody could be watching through your eyes at any time.
Ooh, okay. Flip side of that situation
Okay.
though.
Okay.
Could you potentially use Cyber Eyes for live streaming?
I think in the later editions of Shadowrun that is mentioned,
Mm,
where you can have an Opticam set up in your Cyber Eye, right?
okay.
So that you can record, and then you just need with your I think in fourth edition with the wireless matrix, since it's
Hmm.
basically everywhere, as long as you had your comlink set up for it, you could technically just stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes,
So
that is possible.
so it would make IRL streamers even more insufferable
Uh, oh God.
because they could just
It's time for
they
my
could
top 10 of the day of sandwiches that I'm making.
dude, they could just literally be IRL streaming at any given moment at all times and you would never have any idea. At least currently, you could spot the backpack, so you know to just avoid those people, but
Mm-hmm. Nope, not in the sixth world.
not in the sixth world.
In the sixth world, you could be next to one of those personalities and not know it, and suddenly you're getting sucked into answering 11 quick questions. You won't believe what number 7 is.
Hmm. Hmm.
I
Yeah.
think the other crazy thing that would initially cause me to really worry about um, cyber eyes in general. Did you ever watch the movie Anon?
Canon. I don't think so.
So you definitely should. I
Okay.
recommend it
Okay.
because it deals with this very real topic that we're talking about right now.
Hmm.
Uh, basically, uh, it's a detective. You're living in a world with no privacy or anonymity.
Okay.
Everybody's lives are transparent and traceable and recorded by the authorities
Okay.
through your eyes,
Gotcha.
right? And apparently, there's somebody that's like the super hacker that's completely erased themselves.
Mm.
They can't be seen unless they want to be, because all these
Interesting.
people have these implants, and she's just found a way around it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it was
Left.
a starred Clive Owen.
Oh, I'm down. That's all you had to say. That's my
Okay,
boy. I love
okay.
Clive Owen. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Okay.
do like some of his movies. Yeah.
I
Um,
am down. On
out of 5 stars, it has a 3.8 rating.
Yeah, that's fun. That's good enough for a watch. I'll take it.
Yeah.
Now, on that same note,
Hmm.
my counterpoint question to you, sir.
Yes. Oh boy.
Have have you ever seen the movie VHS 2?
Yes, I have seen VHS too. I think I know where you're going with this, and it's
So you are
uh,
familiar with the ocular implants that then also let you see ghosts because they're ocular implant that lets you see
yes,
ghosts.
ridiculous. I mean, we could go completely different route too. There are a couple Black Mirror episodes
Oh
that
yeah.
I think also deal with vision implants.
Yes, quite a few. Actually, quite a
Yeah.
few.
So it's a real dilemma that you run into,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I do now, all of this being said as well.
Hmm.
I do have to say that I think that the actual just medical application usage of cyber eyes and ocular implants in that sense
Hmm.
would be really amazing.
Yeah.
Like being able to give people that are blind at birth an ocular implant in order to be able to let them see, or people that are injured or from some type of side effect
Hmm. You
lose
never have
lose
to,
sight.
yeah, you never have to worry about vision loss ever again.
Yeah, blindness
Catar-
is just not a thing that would exist outside of the people that are technophobic. That would be like the one,
well,
obviously, but
you also have to take into consideration there's probably implant rejection.
mhm.
Early on when developing this type of
True.
technology, I would imagine there would be implant rejection, but eventually you would be able to effectively cure blindness and completely eliminate it
And that
because you
would
could
be
just get
pretty
cyber
sweet.
eyes. That would be
pretty
pretty
sweet.
sweet. You'd also never have to worry about as you're aging losing your vision
Yeah,
or cataracts
yeah,
or anything like that. I mean, it would destroy the collective lenses industry,
yeah. I
but
was,
come
I
on, it
was,
needs to be destroyed anyway.
I was gonna say, Lens Crafters is in shambles right now.
They're gonna have to switch gears and make sunglasses
Oh,
or
exclusively, yeah.
make the techno shades that allow you to see in low light thermographic and all that stuff just by wearing the goggles or the sunglasses.
I was gonna say, could you imagine a world where you have all uh fake glasses are a cosmetic choice fashion statement?
Yes, like you just
We bring back the glassless, just
yeah,
frames,
just the
just
frames
empty frames. Yeah.
frames with that fake the fake glass in it, or just the reading glasses that don't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a fashion statement. I mean, also when you think about it, when you look at any of the illustrations that come out of the Sixth World, I don't see very many people with glasses.
No, definitely not. Like any type of eyewear
Hmm.
in a general sense always kind of feels like it's more of a cosmetic option for
Yeah.
sure.
Or I would think that they would be something along the lines of what uh, Google Glass was trying to do, where it's the the
Like an
glasses where
integrated
it's like
lens type of thing.
yeah, where it'll
Yeah.
do an AR overlay and give you your where is it? Your display link. Yeah,
Right, yeah.
where you can get like your news and your web browsing and email and text messages, everything right like that. That then I could see that's where the that's where the eyewear industry would have to pivot to.
Yeah, right. It would the eyewear industry would, like most things in the sixth world, become a subdivision of the tech industry in some ways.
Yes, exactly. But that's all I've got for Cyber Eyes and the crazy dangers that I could think about and the both practical and ridiculous implications. As long as the Cyber Eyes could not be remotely hacked, I
Mhm.
would be okay with it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the only downsides that I could even think of from what you were from what you were talking about is either hacking or rejection of the implant. But
mhm,
you would have to imagine as well, like you were saying, that by the time that this has become as as widespread as it is, that the rejection rate would probably have to be just non-existent.
yeah. Oh, I just thought of one other terrible thing that could be implemented. Advertising with QR codes.
Oh man,
Buddy.
they're just everywhere.
Yes.
You literally cannot
Everywhere.
escape them.
No.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be a nightmare.
There's how the advertising companies would get you. It's all these QR codes just painted everywhere. Oh man. Uh I can't think of anything worse.
Facts.
Big facts. Well, guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up for us. I know this is a kind of a shorter one, but there's only so much you can cram into your eyeballs
And your ear holes
and
at the
your
same
ear
time.
and your ears at the same time. But if you want, come let us know what cyberware or cyber eye attachments you would be interested in having if you could get them. Would you actually get cyber eye replacements? Would you just want cosmetic replacements? Where do you stand on the fence of whether that's a good idea or a bad idea, if it can be remotely hacked, etc. For you, or if you could think of any other movies or shows that do a pretty good job of portraying that kind of idea, And if you haven't seen some of the suggestions that we put out tonight, definitely recommend them. It'll give you a better idea of how the Sixth World works and some of the dangers that come along with that. Austin, final thoughts? Anything else you want to add for our lovely listeners?
Keep things away from your eyes, at least for the time being, until the technology catches up.
Do not stare directly into the sun. With cyber eyes, then you can, and it doesn't matter.
Would flash dampeners enable you to stare into the sun without having to really worry about it at that point?
I mean,
Is that how it would work out?
You don't have irises to burn out. It's
Yeah,
machinery. You just get it replaced, right?
oh, that's true. Yeah, you wouldn't even need the dampeners. You just
No.
go for it.
You just go. Go ahead.
Raw dog in that sun, bro.
Raw
dog in that sun.
Raw dog in those rays, man.
There you go. Name of the episode.
Name of the
People will be very confused what
They'll
we're talking
be
about.
so confused until the very end. Oh, raw dog in the rays. Okay, we'll. You know what? If it doesn't make it as the episode title, maybe it'll be in the description. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us this evening. I hope you've enjoyed the little bit of cyber eyes that we've dipped into for more of our cyberware, what it is, how it works, what you can get replaced. And we will, of course, bring you much more. There's still limbs and feet and body wear.
The whole rest of the
rest of the body.
We haven't even gone south of the shoulders yet, man.
Man,
we got
wait till we get to limbs. Just wait. Just wait. It'll be a great time. All right, you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. And as always, we will catch you on the next one.
The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sound, audio, video, and/or any proprietary materials used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has granted permission to Critical Hits to use such names, logos, artwork, photographs, sound, audio, video, and/or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Critical Hits in any official capacity whatsoever.